How's it going, everybody? My name is Tyler Townsend. My voice is absolute garbage, so please forgive me. I was at the Exit 111 Festival in Manchester, Tennessee this past weekend and did a lot of screaming for a lot of bands I like. But anyways, not the point of this video, just letting you know why my voice sounds like absolute shit. Today, we're going to be discussing this gem right here and why it is that you should purchase said gem. But before we get into that, I just thought it'd be fun to do a little bit of an unboxing for this, because CD Projekt Red is one of those few developers that actually gives you a bunch of extra shit whenever you buy a game. I don't know if you guys remember back in the olden days whenever you'd buy a game and it had a manual and it had like a bunch of other cool stuff in it. They don't really do that anymore, which is kind of a bummer, because those were cool things to have in the case, you know. But anyways, we'll just pop this bad boy on open, and then just take a look inside. All kinds of goodies. Let's see, what's this? So you get this nice, beautiful CD Projekt Red pamphlet, and I believe this is the CD. Maybe not. Oh no, this is the map. Okay, a little bit different than how the PlayStation one was. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in this one. This is what I like about CD Projekt Red, is they do shit like this. Let us read it aloud. Dear gamer, welcome to a massive open world filled with stories that touch the soul, adventures that thrill, and secrets that'll keep you exploring. The Complete Edition contains every piece of content ever released for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, 16 free DLCs, as well as 2 story expansions, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. That's well over 150 hours of adventure ahead of you. Everything made with love. We'd like to massively thank you for buying our game. As a studio, we think there's a lot of value in honest and transparent communication. So honestly and transparently, without supporting us, oh my god, I can't speak English. Without you supporting us, there would be no, oh my god. There would be no us to begin with. It's because of you that we make a living doing what we love, telling stories through video games. In return, we work as hard as we can to bring you extraordinary games. We'll hope you see that reflected in Wild Hunt. Here's to having a fantastic time. Yours truly, everyone at CD Projekt Red. This right here is the main fucking reason that I love CD Projekt Red so much. The honesty and transparency that they have, and just it shows in their games. We'll get into that in a minute. I have another set of the Wolf School stickers, which is very cool. This is a compendium. This is the thing I was talking about with the manuals and stuff, is they actually, like, you know, if you knew nothing about The Witcher and you wanted to get a pretty general rundown on the main key things that you would need to know about the universe before you delve into the actual game and get it more fleshed out for you, the compendium. Lots of cool information in there. And then you have this nice, big, beautiful map of the Northern Realms. If I can get it open. Ah, yes, beautiful. I already have one of these, because you get one of these with every purchase of a physical copy of The Witcher. So I have it for PlayStation already, but I'm not going to scoff at another one by any means. And my voice is so fucked. Alright, and then from there, the piece de resistance. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for the Nintendo Switch. Look at this. Look at this, man. Hundreds of hours of content on this one small little cartridge. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I have dumped probably well over 300 hours into it and still not touched the surface on a ton of stuff in this game. The Witcher is arguably the game of the generation. The only other game that I would say, I mean, there's a few out there for sure, you know, stuff like Red Dead, God of War, Breath of the Wild, of course. This game, to me, is the most fleshed out game I've ever played in my entire life. I've never seen a game so brimming with content and with just things to do and with interesting things to do. Nothing in this game really seems like it's filler or that it's put in there just to expand the time that you play. It's meaningful, the stuff that they put into this. You know, your rewards for what you do, the way that you build your, you know, your build for what you do. You can do combat builds, you can do builds around the 5 signs. There's the mutagens that they introduced in Blood and Wine, and I'll get to the DLCs in a second because I have a lot to say about Blood and Wine specifically, but I honestly believe this is a must-have game for anybody, no matter what console you play, because it's available on everything now. You know, obviously with the Switch version, you're gonna have some downgrades. You're gonna have, you know, the visuals and the graphics and the detail in those aren't gonna be as crisp and clear as you would see on a PC and even on console. You know, it's still a little bit better through PlayStation 4 and through Xbox One. But the big key thing here is that a game of this size and magnitude is playable and looks fairly decent and fairly good still regardless on the Nintendo Switch. Performance-wise, still outstanding, like getting the same overall kind of frame rate that you would see through like the consoles, through PS4 and through Xbox One. Load times, maybe only like 10 seconds longer. They're still, I mean, they're egregious pretty much everywhere unless you're playing on PC. So, you know, it's not that big of a, you know, a compromise whenever you're going to Switch. This game being mobile is such a big thing for just for The Witcher in general and for Nintendo in general, because this I sound like a fucking broken record at this point, I know, but like this is one of the best games of this generation and of all time, and to have that on the go and to just pick up and play whenever you want, on the plane, on the train, you know, in the car ride, you know, on your you know, breaks at work. A huge thing for Nintendo and CD Projekt Red alike. Absolutely astounding. Now, The Witcher is a very expansive world. This game is absolutely massive. It has hundreds of hours of content. You know, I have dumped an immense amount of time into this game, and there's still plenty of things that I've yet to discover and other things that that I may have glossed over or not taken a part of. This game has so many side quests available to it that it honestly, it's insane the amount of depth that they've put into this world. All your actions have consequences. You know, a side quest isn't just a one and off thing. You know, there is points in this game that you will see what happens from those side quests. You know, you could do something akin to there's this one where like a woman's on trial, and if you don't stop her or something like that, you know, later on you might see her hanging, or you might see her like tied to a post burning or something like that. You know, those are just kind of some vague examples, but you know, there's things like that where like you see the consequences of your action. You know, it's not just like, oh hey, you know, I killed this monster and you know now it's done. You know, it's like that actually changes the world that you're playing in and affects it significantly. And that's not just for, you know, the side quests or the main quests or anything like that. I mean, the whole game kind of revolves around that general premise of changing the world through your actions. And it makes for a very personal experience whenever you play this game. It makes for a very in-depth and intriguing and interesting playthrough, and it rewards exploration immensely. It rewards multiple playthroughs because every time you replay this game, you'll find something new. That's just how this game is. It's massive, it's big, brimming with content. Now, going on to the DLCs for The Witcher, going to Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. Hearts of Stone is a heavy, I mean, all of them are like story-based, obviously, because they're adding to it, but Hearts of Stone, I would say, adds, it doesn't add as much as Blood and Wine does, but it's, I think it was like 15 or 20 bucks when it first came out. I can't remember, but the amount of story and content that you get just from that alone, it might have even been 10. I honestly can't remember. It's been so long since I purchased it, but it adds a very, it adds one of the most interesting storylines to the game, or in The Witcher to the game, and it's you get to see, oh man, there's this awesome character, and I won't spoil too much anything, but there's this guy named Gontaro Dim, who plays a key point in the game just in general, but it's really brought to light in Hearts of Stone. I won't spoil anything for it, but I just gotta say it's absolutely wonderful. It's a beautiful fucking beautifully told story, and just mesmerizing and gripping, and just wonderful. I can't say enough about it. It's wonderful. Blood and Wine. I bumped my microphone. Blood and Wine. Let me say something about Blood and Wine. Blood and Wine, when it came out, was $30. It came out in May of 2016, so like a year after The Witcher came out, Witcher 3 came out. I've never in my life, it felt like I needed to pay somebody more for the experience I had. Blood and Wine is so fleshed out that it doesn't feel like a DLC. It feels like its own game. It feels like a full-fledged AAA title game. I'm not even shitting you when I say I think Blood and Wine has as much content as like Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War, one of those games. I feel like it has as much to do in that. There is, oh man, the side quests alone in this game, or in this expansion rather, are incredible and some of the most memorable in the game for me. There's one where you get to flesh out and build your own home and stuff. Toussaint, the area in The Witcher where this takes place, is like, it's like a French vineyard. It's beautiful. It's one of the most gorgeous looking areas in any fucking game I've ever seen, period. It's wonderful. Running around in Toussaint is just, it's just fun. Like I remember just very specifically just running in like any direction and just finding an immense amount of shit to do, and it was just endless. There was so much in that it felt like a whole nother game. It did not feel like an expansion. It felt like, hey, CD Projekt Red made another Witcher game. It's just not as big as the original. And it's like, it's the reason I bought this game for a third time. I have never been so confident in a publisher as much as I have with fucking CD Projekt Red. Nintendo being really the only other one, but that's honestly because of, biased, because I love Zelda so fucking much, but that's neither here nor there. And I mean, Zelda has shown consistently the same kind of thing. Getting off topic. This game has made me a believer in CD Projekt Red, and made me, they will get any game they put out, I will buy. And I mean, that's surely it, because this game alone has shown me what a developer can do, and that greed is a very, very prevalent thing in the gaming industry, and there is a lot of developers and publishers out there that are cutting by and not giving you the full experience that they could be because of annual releases, stockholder bullshit, or just the greed in general. This company, specifically, CD Projekt Red, the proof is in the pudding, people. This game has shown numerous times that it has it. There is this thing right here. I don't know if you can see that too well. Over 800 awards. 800. I don't know many games with that many like Game of the Year awards. Par from like maybe Red Dead, Breath of the Wild, God of War, and maybe Skyrim or something like that. Those are like the four that I can think of off the top of my head that are probably going to have close to, if not, the same amount of awards presented to it. But this, to me, just off memory, that's the most awards I've ever seen displayed on a box for a game. And it shows. You should own this game, no matter what console you're playing on, no matter what platform you want to play it on. You should own this game specifically. This game is defining of not just RPGs in general, but of gaming in general. This thing is a must-have. It's a game of the generation. It is on the Nintendo Switch, which is super, super shocking to me. I still can't believe it. And, I'm going to stop rambling about this game. Go get this game. I cannot recommend a game more than The Witcher 3. This is the safest purchase you will ever make in your goddamn life, and you will not regret it. If you like fantasy, if you like RPG, if you like great fucking games, buy The Witcher 3.